Okay, hi YouTube, Mr. User Boss here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about my top recommendation for a laptop in 2014 and 2015. So to get the answer straight out the way, the laptop I'm actually going to recommend is the 2012 Retina MacBook Pro. So out of all the laptops I've tried, this is by far the most beautiful, elegant, and actually relatively well priced machine. So being 2 years older than the current models, it's actually much cheaper, and you can probably find it on a pretty good price pre-owned on eBay, something like £500-600 off the initial price, and that'll net you about £900 or about $1,100. And for that you are getting a glorious machine. So to start with the display of the device, we have a 2880 by 1800 display, so this is above QHD resolution and it's still beautiful. Even though this is only 3 years old, this is the exact same display that they're still using in the current models, and it outshines just about everything I've ever seen in terms of color reproduction and crispness. So then we have Apple's signature touchpad, and even to this day nothing beats it. After using this, just about any other laptop's touchpad just seems puny, insignificant, and honestly total rubbish. So firstly, you can actually click it and it's all basically one big button. You can't actually press it right at the very top, but just about any other place is perfectly clickable, which means that whichever point your finger is at, you can still access all the functions you need to. It's also got multi-touch, which means that you can do some really awesome things like opening up mission control, i.e. the ability to instantly access any other apps just by swiping upwards. And I think most people with Windows laptops will really appreciate this, because all you can do on them is literally just scroll down on one side to actually move down a page, and even that barely works. But on the MacBook, everything you do on this is flawless and it just works every single time. And I've used this machine for over 2.5 years and I have not had one issue with the trackpad. It's also more comfortable to hold, it never seems to get sticky. It's not quite made of the same metal as the rest of it, but it feels great. Then we have all the connectivity. So firstly, that includes the MagSafe charging adapter, which is an absolutely brilliant invention, and thank God it's patented. We also have the ability to connect it to HDMI, so it can go straight into your TV, as well as direct SD card support, which is an absolute lifesaver. So being an older model, we have some slightly older specifications here, but honestly they're still really good. So as you can see, we have a 2.3 GHz Core i7, which is still blazing fast, a 256GB SSD, which is again still top of the line, and that SSD alone will cost you £200 still. We have 8 gigs of RAM, and yeah, I mean, this is by no means a slow machine. In fact, quite the opposite. I'd say it's actually very fast. I mean, if you compare it even to a similarly priced, £1,000, £1,200 laptop, it still actually feels quicker, and that's a combination of the hardware and the macOS software, which is optimized amazingly well. Then we have the keyboard, which honestly it lacks a little bit of tactility, and it's not the best keyboard that I've used, but it's got one massive benefit of looking amazing, and it's also backlit, which is just super cool and actually really useful. If you're ever typing in the dark, this is a total lifesaver. Now, one more thing that I think people upgrading from Windows to Mac will notice is that the speakers are significantly better. I mean, unless your previous laptop was one of those sort of limited edition Beats Audio kind of laptops, this one is actually a big step above. I mean, it's slightly lacking in bass, but it's far more powerful than most mobile devices and can only really be beaten by sort of, standalone big PC speakers. So, I mean, I think one of the other things I should mention is that with every single MacBook you also get free applications. So there's iMovie, GarageBand, Pages and Numbers and all sorts, and they're all really impressive. They're highly polished applications and they add a lot of value to the experience. They're actually, I'd say, just as good, if not better, than all of Microsoft's equivalents, and yeah, they're included in the price, so that's another massive benefit. So yeah, the MacBook 2012, I mean, clearly this is quite a controversial topic, because there are so many people on both sides of the fence who strongly agree that their particular machine is better. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more.